Let's talk about an online media display campaign. It begins with an advertiser's decision about what they're really trying to accomplish with the ad campaign. And the next step is who they're trying to show the ad to. And the two pieces go together. So let me explain. An advertiser will decide they're trying to sell something on their site, or they're trying to get people to download something or register for something, or they have some goal on their site typically. Maybe not even their own site, maybe a microsite that's associated with their site and part of an overall campaign. Who they're trying to reach? Well, we want to put the ad in front of people who are most likely going to take those actions. And so filtering, how we filter both demographically and geographically, whether or not we use behavioral targeting or not, all of those filtering elements enter into, are we going to successfully show our ad to the right group of people? Now, the ad itself needs to be considered. The IAB has established a number of different standard ad units. Each one of them will tend to perform slightly differently in terms of the number of clicks that they'll get. And depending upon what kind of pages those ads are on, we may find that there's a discrepancy between the number of clicks and the conversion. So let me give you an example. Typically on a social media site, ads that appear will get a lot of clicks, but those ads don't necessarily convert at a high rate. On some other kinds of sites, there may be a much lower click-through rate, number of people that click versus who sees the ad, but among the few people that click, a bigger percentage of them buy. So we need to consider that element as well. Finally, we need to consider the call to action on the ad. When I'm showing a person an ad, what do I want them to do? And is it very clear? And keeping in mind that the person didn't come online to see the ad, they came online to find a particular kind of content, reading an article, engaging with other users online. And so now this ad appears. They weren't prepared necessarily for that eventuality. And so it's really got to catch their eye, knowing that if I click on it, I leave the page I'm on, I may choose to see the ad but not click on it. So it would have to be a very compelling call to action. Now, meanwhile, the advertising salesperson and their company are going to be held responsible for the success of the campaign. But the only part of the campaign that the online salesperson really can control is who the ad is going to target and making sure that the ad is showing up in sufficient quantity against that target. Once the user clicks on an ad and goes to the advertiser's site, now there's another process involved. Conversion path optimization. What are all the things that happen from the moment the person lands on the site, from either the home page or the landing page, all the way to the place where they're converting, that is to say, buying the product or downloading or registering their name. And so the advertising salesperson is responsible for the smallest part of this, and yet will be held accountable for the success of the entire campaign.